Hello, it's what is it? It's Wednesday the 13th of May. Hello everybody. I haven't really got a topic this morning. I'm running out of topics. But I wanted to just check to see how the 6K daily steps challenge is going. Do you remember that one? I'll come near and see who's on. You can exercise all day today. Oh, right. Yeah, let's do this again in the afternoon. Hello, everybody. Yes, the 6K daily steps challenge, because you're doing this exercise. But in addition to this, during the day, this is not instead of your walk, because you need to get your heart and lungs a bit puffing a bit so that you can get that. So how's it going? Do you remember, 6,000 steps is very doable. It takes about, it depends how fast you walk, obviously, but it takes about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. You can do it in one walk. You can just count the number or get a pedometer and just increase the number of steps that you're doing around about the house. But it is quite a good idea to actually go out and maybe walk to get your heart going a little bit. There's not much cardiovascular work in this, although I have to say the squats make my heart pump a bit. But keep a notification of it. Get a pedometer, don't guess. And you could always walk to your garden centre, because you can do that today, can't you? Well, in England anyway. Hi, Carolyn. Hola, everybody. Hello. Right. I don't know. I feel a bit weird just standing here burbling. Does anybody want to type a question or anything about anything that we've been talking about? How's it going with the, I'm just looking at my stuff. How's it going with the bands? Have you all got bands now? And are they okay? It's difficult. Oh, somebody in a teddy bear onesie across the road, standing at the door, talking to, looks like Nana and Grandad. Right. Yeah, has anybody got a question? This could be embarrassing, couldn't it? Just stand here wittering away. If anybody's new, it's not usually like this. I'm usually a bit more, I've usually got a topic that I can talk about. But I mean, we've talked about just about everything we've been doing. I don't know how long we've been doing this for. Now, here's the postman. He's going to think, what is that woman doing? Because my blinds are open so people can see in. So they'll think, what is that woman doing? Don't forget, there's no class on Monday. If you did the sort of self-assessment, the DIY thing before that I did a few Mondays ago, if you've done that, do it again on Monday, and then you can measure your progress. Sorry, I'm hesitating because I've just seen the postman sort of hesitate at my path. I don't know if he's got anything for me or not. No, he had a parcel, but I'm not expecting anything. A minute and a half to go. So, as I've said before, if anybody is new here, you can use the chair if you want, but I would prefer, when you're standing up, without knowing it, you're sort of bracing and you're using your muscles, you're using your legs, you're using your core. And also there's a thing in fitness called proprioception, which is knowing where you are in relation to other things. If you notice how kids, if there's something on the floor, I think kids will just walk through it. They won't sort of be able to think, oh, right, I'll walk around that. They just sort of want to go from A to B, so they go from A to B. And it's that, they knock into things a lot. It's because they haven't quite got used to where their body is in relation to other things. And as you get older, that can happen as well. You bang into corners of things. So standing up and the exercises we're doing are good for your proprioception. So that's another thing to do with balance, and hopefully fewer bruises on your legs. I was always doing that when I was a teenager, always bruising my legs. Right, half a minute to go, and then we'll get started. Let me just have a wee look here. Don't forget, if you can, hi Maggie, if you can help for bent back. Right. It depends if it's muscular or skeletal. If your back, I mean, the thing to do is to strengthen your back. so that the muscles pull it back. It depends where it's bent as well. I tell you what, next week I'll try and include some muscles to strengthen your back muscles. But this is a good one, the one we do with this, because if you do it with one hand and feel your back with the other one, you can feel those muscles moving, and also you can feel these muscles moving. So just doing that, if you want to do it with very light weights as well, that's a good one. Another good one, actually, if you've got light weights, or get a can, is if you stand with your feet hip width apart. I'm going to do it this way. Lean forward like that if you can, safely, with good balance. Have your hands down here with your weights or without your weights, and just straighten your arms. So you're just doing this. Just to straighten your arms. And there's your big back muscles there. But there's also, remember, we do this stretching of the chest so that the muscles here are not tight and pulling you. If it's skeletal, there's not much you can do about it. But by strengthening, by engaging core as well, it improves your posture. But by strengthening your back muscles, by doing this and by doing this, with or without weights, that will maybe start to address the problem. Garden Centres, Wales only, I think. Yep. Right. 11 o'clock. Oh, it's skeletal. I'm not sure about that. I'm an exercise thing. That would need to be, that's more medical rather than just, I mean, you can strengthen the muscles of your back, and that will support your skeleton. It'll support your back. Maintaining a healthy weight, a good BMI, making sure your tummy's not too big, because that pulls you forward and deforms your back. But other than that, just keeping your back muscles strong. Right, okay. It is 2 minutes past now. So we're going to start off as usual. If you're new here, what we do is we start off with a warm-up, then we have the main body of the exercise, and then we have stretches at the end. So we're going to start off just by walking very gently, moving your arms, just taking your feet just very slightly off the floor. And if you can, go on your toes. Walking on your toes, it might be sort of throughout the day, get into the habit of just standing on tiptoes and walking around, because it helps your balance, it helps your ankles, it helps your calves. It's just generally quite a good thing to do. So we're just doing this very gently. I'm going a bit fast here, actually. Nice and gently. Now, if you want, you can keep just very gently walking. If not, you can stop and just do the arms. So we're going to just very gently stretch your arms. Try and get your arms by your ears. If you can't, if you can only get them to there, that's absolutely fine. Wherever your arms go, don't force them. So we're going to have them above the head, nice big stretch, back down to your shoulders, out to the side, and back in again, and forward and back. And then up again, down, out, in, forward and back. One last time. We're going to stretch up and down, out to the side, pushing the air away. Bring it back in and pushing the air away. Splay out your fingers. Give your hands a bit of a workout too. Right. We're going to, what are we going to do? I was just thinking of which order to do this in. We'll do this first. We're going to just do some heel digs like this. Just your heel on the floor, not very far in front of you. And at the same time, anchor your elbow, and you're going to do a bicep curl. This is a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So it's opposite arm and leg. And it's only when you're doing the bicep curl, it's only your forearm that moves. I was watching a television program the other day. This actress was supposed to be exercising outside. She was keep doing that. She was doing bicep curls and she was going like this. And I thought, oh, she's not getting any benefit from that. So, sorry, I'll slow down a bit. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go out to the side, not very far, and then at the same time, start prayer hands, and your arms are out to the side. Nice and gently. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Next we're going to do just toe taps, just your toe. Just not very far in front of you. It gets quite difficult to do if you're doing it quite far forward. Just a little bit in front of you. Oh no, stop that immediately. Sorry, that was my fault. We're going to take a step back. Just a small step backwards. That's it. And then at the same time, if you have your hands here, we're just going to, as you step back, we're just going to push your hands out in front, splay your fingers, jazz hands. Woo! Oh, my hands look big that way. If you're having to use the chair, it's difficult for you to do this movement, so just do your hands. You can lift one leg up, but just I would suggest just do your hands like that. So, back. 3, 2, 1. Now we come on to the toe tap. So just tapping your toe very gently, not a big step. Anchor your elbows, and you're doing opposite arm and leg. Just check that you are doing opposite arm and leg. Quite often you think you're doing it and you look down and your body is doing something completely different. That's proprioception as well, is knowing what your body's doing when you're not actually looking at it. 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going to put them all together now. So we're going to do a heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. When you're doing back, make sure your arms are coming back into your chest, because you're not just doing your movement, you're mobilizing your shoulders and your elbows and doing your hands, and you're using your muscles. So, and then toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, and toe tap. We'll do one more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Fabulous. Right, put your hand on your shoulder, make a little wing of your arm. Pretend you've got an imaginary, you've got a pencil sticking out from your elbow, and we're going to draw 5 big circles backwards. 1, nice and gently. 2, just to mobilize your shoulder. 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then backwards. Same thing, pencil out. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice wide movement. 5, 6 to get full range of movement in your shoulder. 4, 5. Fantastic. Right, we're going to just do a little bit of a twist. So have your hands out to here, and keeping your pelvis facing forward and your face facing forward, looking forward, we're just going to twist the upper body, just so that your hand's out in front of you and the other hand's behind you. I mean, I'm going to move my head on this one, just to sort of, I'm looking at the camera still. So we're there, and then we're going back to the original position, and then back, and then turn again. And there. And back. And there. Just have a look. See if your hand is out behind you where you think it is. And there. I'm starting to feel this a little bit on my shoulders now. So we'll do 2 more to either side. Nice and controlled. Great. Oh, give your shoulders a bit of a shake. Oh, we'll just do this once more. Heel tap. Back. Toe tap. One more time and then we'll go on to the main body. Heel dig. Side. Back. Toe tap. Right. As usual, we're going to start with a squat. There's no getting away from squats anywhere. If you're new to this, a squat is more or less sitting down without the chair. If you're finding it difficult, if you can't get up from a chair without using your hands, you'll need to start off in the chair and either just stand up and sit down instead of doing the squat, but sit down in a very controlled manner. Or if you find that difficult, swing your hands to give you a bit of momentum. Or if you absolutely have to, put your hands on your knees and stand up, but try and sit down without doing that. Do that in a controlled way. Those of you that are doing the free squat, feet hip width apart, remember it's not your knees going down. Just have a look and check. It's a sitting motion, so that when you do that, your actual knees my knees haven't changed position. They're sort of above my ankles, and they're still above my ankles. And you can go down that far, that far, that far, whatever you like, whatever you're capable of doing with maintaining the same correct technique. If you find yourself going forward at all, pull it back a bit. But remember, it's the sticking out of the bottom. There's no dignity in exercising. And remember, try not to let your knees come in. The temptation is when you do that, your knees go in like that. So we're going to do 10 nice, slow and controlled squats. I'll stand sideways so as you can see what I'm doing. So at the top, we're going to just touch our hands behind our back, push the pelvis forward a bit. So assume the position. I'm going to hold my hands out here to counterbalance me. So you're going 1, and the weight should be in your heels, not your toes. 2, 3. You can do this with a chair behind you. 4, if you want a bit of confidence. 5, because I fall I fall backwards quite a bit because of the weight on my heels. Oh, sorry, start off again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Right. If you don't have a band, off your feet and have quite a bit of tension in the band. Don't have it right at the end because that's not going to do anything for you. The object of the exercise is you're going to be rowing like this, so your arms are going to be pulling against the tension of the band. And when you've got that position, feet always on the floor. Heels stay on the floor. They don't move. Sitting up nice and straight, your torso doesn't move, only your arms move. And just pull them back like that, keeping your elbows close to your body. Don't sort of have them out here. And your hands graze your thighs. So we're going back. And then that's 1. When you're back here, really try and squidge your shoulder blades together. 2. If it's easy peasy, 3. Increase the tension on the band. 4. If it's really hard, slacken the tension. 5. 6. This is one you can have quite a lot of tension on. 7. 8. Remember, it's just your arms that move. Don't be to rock as you get a bit tired. 10. Jolly good. Right. The next one we're going to do is the hip abduction, the one where you lift your leg out to the side. Your leg is just going to the side as if it was your arm, it would just be raising to the, well, not the horizontal, because you're not, unless you're a ballet dancer. Remember, don't turn your hip to the side, just lifting it up like that. In this, your leg is acting as a weight, so don't use momentum. Make sure you're conscious of the fact that these muscles are lifting your leg. And we're going to do 10 each side. Try not to move to the side. It's just your leg that moves. So you can hold on. It's not a balancing one. So we're going out to the side. It does your medial glutes as well. 1. Keep your toe pointing forward. 2. I mean, this is good for the static leg as well. 3. And as you get better, it doesn't get any easier because your leg just goes higher. 5. 6. 7. 8. Concentrating on what you're doing. 9. 10. Whoo! Can you feel that? I can feel that in both legs, actually. Other side now, same thing. 1. It's not as easy on this side. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Woo! Oh, that is quite. Oh, I must have been concentrating super hard then, because it's quite. Whew. Right, for the next exercise, we're going to, this is the one I was doing before for the back. We're going to make sure that only our arms move, not our torso. So we're going to engage core, which is exhale, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can, and then relax it slightly. These muscles here should now feel tense. It's quite a good idea to do this in bed, because lying down, it's easier. So breathe out, pull your navel into your backbone, release the tension slightly. Breathe though, breathing's good. Start off with your hands on your thighs, and we're just going to alternate the arms. So that's 1. Make sure that your arm behind comes quite far behind, and this one comes as far back as it can go. So that's 2. Don't force anything. 3. 4. Don't rock. 5. 6. 7, that was. 8. 9. 10. And then without missing a beat, we're going to go, I'm going to do this kneeling down because I did this the other day and I think it's easier. So hands by your sides, rotate your hands up over your head, rotate again and back down. 1, rotate, up, rotate. 2, rotate, rotate. 3, rotate, rotate. 4, rotate, rotate. 5, rotate. It seems a silly word when you keep saying it, rotate. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, very good. Oh yes, I know. Right, we're doing, this is a balance one. So it's this one where we're going to do that. So we're going to engage core, and then without holding on if you can, holding on if you need to. The main thing is to maintain your balance, not to fall over. So if you need a little bit of, I wobbled as well. So if you need a little bit of reassurance just by holding on now and again, that's absolutely fine. What we're going to try and do is have your knee, bring your knee up parallel to the floor if you can, and then either lift it a bit higher, see I'm falling, lift it a bit higher, or keeping it parallel to the floor or wherever. If you can only get it up to there, that's fine. Just straighten it. You don't need to bring it up. As long as your knee is straight, it doesn't matter. So if you only get it to there and you straighten it, you're still doing it. Or if you get it to there, you can just bring it up slightly higher. And we're going to do, we're hardcore now. We're going to do 8 on each side. Yeah, we're going to try 8. So engage your core, breathe out, navel into your backbone, really get it nice and stable. Hands on hips if you can, and then one leg up. And then either lift a bit higher or straighten, not both. And then down. Don't put your weight on the leg that's moving. And then up, straighten or higher, 2. Straighten or higher, 3. 4. Up or straighten, 5. 6. Up. 7. One more. It's quite hard this, isn't it? Up and then up and down. Whoa, I can feel that on the leg that was supporting me. How about you? I can really feel that on both legs. When you're doing this, you're using your lower abs and your hip flexors, and when you straighten, you're using your thigh muscles, your quadriceps. So that is a pretty, and plus you're supporting yourself on this leg. So that is a pretty hardcore exercise. And I'm actually really impressed that we do it. Mind you, I'm saying that, you may all be sitting down having a cup of tea while I do this. Right, other leg now. So blow out, pull your navel into your backbone, get yourself nice and tight, and then we're going to go up. Woo, wobbling, and then lift or straighten and down. If you can focus on a point on the wall, up, it makes this easier, the balancing easier. Up, and then either straighten or up. Oops, 3. Up. 4. Halfway there. Up. 5. And then either straighten or up. 6. Come on, Rosemary. 7. Last one. Oh, I looked out the window then. 8. My attention got deflected then. That's why I wobbled. That's my excuse anyway. Right, just give your legs a bit of a... I found that quite hard. Right, if you don't have a band, you can still do this exercise because this exercise is quite a lot of technique. And it's the upward row. This will help your back as well. This is good for your back muscles, the muscles at the top here. Right, so if you don't have a band, hold your thumb with your other hand so that you've got a V. And you're only holding your thumb so that your hands don't spring apart. So you've got a V there. And remember, we're lifting, but we're lifting with the elbows. So it doesn't matter how high up you get it. If you can get it below, up to your chin, fine. But your elbows have to be the first ones. You have to have that V. If you can only do it to there, absolutely fine. No problem at all. Get your band if you've got a band. Stand on it and then cross it over. Feet are hip width apart. I'm going to come in a bit so you can see. Feet are hip width apart, hands together, and we're going up, elbows on. Keep your elbows to, your elbows are the high bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice tall neck, don't hunch your shoulders. 8, 9, 10. That's quite a tough one, and you might find that you need a lighter band for that one. I think that one is quite tough. Right, we're going to do, yes, we're going to do some squats now. I think we are, yes. Just wondering about the what's the word? Order of what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to do some more squats. We're going to do 10 more squats, either in the chair or freestanding. So, bottom sticking out, we're going down. 1, woo, see, falling back again. 2, 3, keep those knees apart. 4, 5, you don't need to go down, you just go down to there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Now we're going to, because we've just worked the legs, yeah, we'll do this. So get your chair, sitting at the front, knees at 90 degrees, feet flat on the floor. Grip your elbows in front of you, like a Russian dancer. And we're just going to go back and just gently touch. This works is easier if you engage core. So we're going to engage our core, pull it in, and this should all be all core work. Your feet shouldn't come off the ground. It's only your torso that moves. Just touch the chair and back. We're going to do that 10 times. So 1, don't rest on the back. 2, this is quite hard to actually control. 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't let yourself flop back. 7, just touch it. 8, it's just a whisper. 9, 10. Fabulous. Right. We're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to use our legs this time. So holding your hands like a Russian again. We're going to go back and just touch the chair and then come off just a couple of millimeters so the back is not the back of the chair is not supporting you. And we're going to straighten one leg out, bring it down to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try for 10. 6, 7, 8, it's hard, isn't it? 9, 10. I feel that here as well as here. Right, so grabbing your hand again, back, so that you're just touching and then come off, so you're about 1 millimeter off, knees at 90 degrees, lift 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, don't need to lift it very high, 5, 6, 7, 8, don't let gravity pull it down, 9, 10. Woo! I find that's a testing exercise, actually. Did you manage the 10? If you didn't, that's fine, because it is quite a hard one, that, actually. But it's something to aim for. Right, side bends. Last one before we do our little routine. So, I'm going to move this out of the way. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. And remember, if you're going to use your arm, keep it straight so that it's an active arm. You're actively having to keep it rigid. So, and also, it's easier if you breathe out when you're going down and breathe in when you're coming up. So, not much to remember. Right, so, down we go, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My breathing on this is rubbish. 6, 7, straight arm. 8, 9, 10. And then the other one, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, fantastic. Right, we'll start the routine. So, slowly heel dig, side, back, toe tap. I was doing a class on Zoom last night, and it was nice because I could play the music because there's no copyright infringement. Well, maybe there is, but there's nobody to check up on me. Heel, not like YouTube. And it was quite nice to do the music. It's just more cheery. So if you've got any music you want to put on, feel quite free. Back and toe tap. We'll do it one more time just to get it in our heads. Heel dig, side, back, and then toe tap. Right, if you've got music, now is the time to put it on. I've got imaginary music in my head, and I'm going to go to that beat. So there we go. So we're ready. 1, 2, 3. Heel, side, back, toe. Heel, side, back, toe. Heel, side, back, toe. heel, side, back, toe, heel, side, back, toe, heel, side, back. One more time, toe, heel, side, back, toe. Fabulous. Are you getting better at that? Are you getting more coordinated? Right, we're going to go on to the stretches. We're going to do a calf stretch as usual. If I start at the toes and go up to the top, it means I don't forget anything. Front leg bent, back leg straight, heel on the ground. Check that your feet are both pointing in the same direction. Again, proprioception. Sometimes you think your feet are doing one thing, you look down, they've got a mind of their own. The further you lean forward, the more the stretch. Stand up a bit more, you get less of a stretch. This one is at the top of your calf. So we'll hold that for a few more seconds. And then gently bend your back knee. Your heel will come off the ground. And you should feel the stretch moving down into your lower calf and your Achilles tendon. And then we're going to switch legs. Remember, just check your feet are pointing in the same direction. Front leg bent, back leg straight, heel on the ground. Without the heel on the ground, you don't get the stretch. And then very gently bend your back knee. Heel comes off the ground. And the stretch moves down your leg. Okay. Next one we're going to do is the quadriceps, the big thigh muscles. So if you can hold on for this one if you need to. Grab your foot, your ankle, your sock, your shoe, your trouser leg, if you can, and have your knees together so that you get the stretch there. If you can't do that, just do this, because this action stretches your thigh muscles. Okay, so those of you that can hold your leg, hold it. Those of you that can't, just do this along with me. So the ones that have got hold of their switch to the other leg, the dynamic stretchers, that's us. Keep doing this. Static stretchers are on the other leg now. Okay, cease and desist. Next, we're going to do the hamstrings, the big muscles at the back of the thigh. So sitting on the edge of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, sitting up nice and straight, one leg out, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight, lean forward from the hips. Now remember, I'm always saying this, it doesn't matter how far down you go, because it's your stretch. You're stretching your hamstrings. So if you can get right down and you can touch the floor beyond your toes, very good. If you can only get to your knee, mid-thigh, mid-calf, it doesn't matter. The more flexible your muscles are, the better your balance will be. And sitting up, switch legs, sitting up nice and straight, move forward from the hips. It's your whole torso that moves forward. Remember, keep your foot pulled back, your toe pulled back. And sitting up again, or standing up again actually. Hands out to the side, palms facing forwards. round the old oak tree. Remember, your arms are round like that, not like that. Round like that, just like that. Shoulder height, and then dip your head. And this stretches the muscles at the top of your shoulders, sort of round your neck area. Try and get your arms out to the side to separate your shoulder blades. Get your shoulder blades out. And then, if you can, interlink your hands behind your back. If you can't, just try and hold your elbows as close together as you can, squidging your shoulder blades together. If you've got your fingers interlinked, lift your arms, and that gives you a good stretch across your chest. It's important that we have a strong back and a flexible. The muscles here aren't too tight. When I spend a lot of time hunched over my computer. I do try and remember and sit up properly, but it's not always easy to remember, is it? You get engrossed in something. Okay? And then we're going to bring one arm across your chest. Don't move to the side. Keep facing forwards. Just your arm that comes across. Put your hand just above your elbow on your humerus, and just push gently. Sometimes when I do this, my shoulder gives a clunk before it feels particularly comfy. It's feeling uncomfortable today. If it feels sore or uncomfortable, don't do it. If you've got any shoulder problems, you try to stretch this muscle here, but it's not vital. And then on the other one, and then we're going to do our neck muscles. So sitting in the chair, don't sit back. Always let your own muscles do the work. Nice and straight back, relaxed shoulders, nice long neck, and just dip your head. Put your hand on your crown. Don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down a bit. And look up. And then I'm going to turn the head to the side. Note where your chin is in relation to your shoulder. Don't turn your shoulders, just your head. Put your hand on your chin and try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. So we're going to have a bit of a fight going on between your chin or your head trying to move one way and your hand forcing it, stopping it. Creates tension in your neck. And then release that tension totally, but keep your head turned. And you should be able to move it just slightly more than you were before. You should be able to see a little bit more behind you. And then bring your head to the front. And we'll turn it to the other side. Note where your chin is in relation to your shoulder. Put your hand on your side of your face, your chin. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. Get a bit of a fight going on there. And then release and see if you can turn your head just slightly more. And then bring your head slowly back to the center. And that's it, my dears, for today. Thank you very much. Oh, no, you didn't need to go down on your knees, Doreen. I was just showing you that so that you could see what my hands were doing. Everybody else does it standing up. I'm not sure. I know you were joking a bit there, Doreen, but I don't know whether the whole thing was a joke. Nobody should be on their knees. Right. So I'll see you on Saturday for more of the same. Bye.